Welcome back to Panorama Anime. Today, I will be continuing my recap on Cowboy Bebop. At the end of the last episode, the Bebop crew received a package for Faye. While Faye wasn't interested in the package, Spike and Jet decided to open it and discovered a cassette tape. After they searched 2 planets to find a device that could play the record, they were mysteriously delivered one. They play the tape and it turns out the tape is a time capsule message. Several girls recorded themselves to address their future selves. The main speaker is none other than a younger Faye herself. The older Faye is unable to remember these moments. She is moved by the words of her younger self and begins to cry. The next day, Spike's swordfish has broken down and left him stranded, while Jet and Faye are looking for pirates named George, Herman, and Ruth. Jet is the captain of the Bebop. Spike is Jet's right-hand man with a past as an ex-assassin, and Faye is a wanted criminal who crossed paths with Jet and Spike and joined the Bebop crew. Jet is on the Bebop while Faye is in her red tail, waiting for the pirates. As Jet is about to reply to Faye, Ein, a data dog with enhanced intelligence, cuts off the communication. Spike is expecting to meet a man named Duhan, but he is greeted by Duhan's assistant, Miles. Spike gets his ship on his truck and they make it to Duhan's compound. Duhan is a mechanic and does not speak to Spike. Instead, he checks the swordfish and orders Miles that it needs rare parts. Faye and Jet find the pirates. They are capturing a trucking ship by using a grappling hook. Faye arrives and confronts them. The pirates immediately shoot their grappling hook at Faye. It uploads a virus that makes Faye's ship shoot in various directions, including towards Jet's ship, and he yells at her. On the other hand, the Bebop comes too close to the pirate's ship and the grappling hook hits it. Even though Ed is controlling it, the ship goes out of control before she can do anything. Ed is a young hacker who joined the Bebop on her own terms. Meanwhile, Spike is waiting for his repairs, and Miles points out several things about the ship. Duhan is annoyed, so he asks Miles to leave. Spike comes in with coffee and says to Duhan that he hasn't changed. Duhan says that, like the swordfish, he is trying to make a point and to fly safer. The parts arrive from a man named Reggie, and Spike calls the Bebop to get filled in. Faye describes the truck they were after, while Duhan is negotiating with Reggie. They find out that the monocomputer Reggie got is from the same truck the crew is after. They gather the information they have, and Jet decides to use the old satellite system to bypass the monocomputer on their ships. They arrive at the Orbit Drive-In and find there are 2 trucks with the same purple penguin. Spike and Faye fire. Faye goes after one and finds they are not the pirates. Spike finds the pirates and pursues them toward Earth. He distracts them by becoming bait and is hit by the virus. He shuts down the monocomputer and is forced to manually operate it. Jet shoots his own cable at the pirates and immobilizes it. The Bebop arrives nearby, but the pirate ship explodes and Jet is hit with the virus. Miles overhears the conversation of the crew on the radio and gets Duhan's attention. Duhan decides to take out an old spacecraft, NASA's space shuttle. Jet realizes it will take him several hours to meet with Spike. The swordfish begins to burn up as it is getting too close to Earth. Spike realizes he is out of fuel and tells Jet that he can have his whiskey, signaling that he's going to die. Suddenly, Duhan calls Spike, stating that he's coming and wants that whiskey for payment. Duhan gives Spike directions before he gets there. As Spike tries to control his swordfish, Duhan and Miles take off. Spike struggles a bit, but eventually he sees the NASA shuttle and is able to get his swordfish inside. The shuttle faces some issues and crash lands, with everyone surviving. A mysterious man descends upon unsuspecting men and guns down everyone with ease. Nearby, Spike is playing pool at a bar and leaves. He walks outside and sees the mystery man. The man pauses and fires several shots at Spike. Spike manages to dodge it and hide behind the garbage. Spike fires shots at him but realizes that the shots stopped several feet short by an unknown force surrounding the man. The 2 of them engage in hand-to-hand combat and the man knocks Spike down at gunpoint. A cat nearby frightens the man, causing him to shoot at the cat. Spike shoots at a propane tank in front of him, causing a huge explosion from which he himself barely escapes. Somehow, the man comes out of the explosion untouched and wounds Spike's arms with a throwing knife. The man shows his collection of weapons underneath his coat. Spike, knowing he's outmatched, begins to make an escape towards the river, but he is blown into the water by the man's grenade launcher. Spike is nowhere in sight, and the mysterious man disappears. The next day, Jet and his mate Bob discuss the incident. Bob tells him that Spike encountered a man named Mad Pierrot, and he is targeting high-level ISSP directors, but they don't want anyone to know about it. Spike makes it back on the Bebop covered in bandages, and Faye is harassing him. Bob explains that Mad Pierrot was part of an experiment that created the ultimate killing machine, and Spike is the only one to survive an encounter with him. While Bob is telling the story, Mad Pierrot assassinates an ISSP director. The crew learns his real name is Tongpu, and Ed receives an email saying that Spike is invited to a party that is held in Spaceland. She tells Faye, but Faye asks her to keep it a secret, trying to protect Spike. But Spike is right behind her and laughs that Faye thinks he might not come back, and flirts with her, asking if she would rescue him. As Spike leaves, Jet asks Ed to do him a favor. Spike arrives at Spaceland, but due to his wounds, he is not at 100% and is limping. He meets Tongpu. He exchanges fire with him, leading Spike on a mad chase. The Mad Pierrot knows the layout of the park and arrives on a penguin car, firing a rocket at Spike. While the two are fighting, Jet instructs Ed to hack the system of ISSP, specifically Section 13. Spike is being chased by Tongpu. He shoots at him, hoping the bulletproof vest wears out. He is continuously pursued and forced onto a roller coaster. Tongpu intercepts him with another roller coaster. The man catches him and tosses him onto the track and then throws a bomb at him. Spike falls into the river below. Ed succeeds in obtaining information. They learn about the experiment and Tongpu. Spike manages to swim to the shore, where the Mad Pierrot greets him by yelling, "It's showtime," and shoots a rocket at him. Spike manages to dodge when some rockets strike Tongpu, revealing that Faye has arrived in her red tail. Tongpu dodges and shoots down the ship. The explosion makes Spike crash into a gift shop while Faye lands safely but unconscious. Tongpu approaches Spike when a toy cat falls and starts meowing, which scares him. Tongpu begins shooting at the toy. Spike escapes and fires at Tongpu, but he immediately shoots Spike's gun out of his hands. Spike slowly reaches for a small dagger on his belt. Suddenly, light flashes, and Spike's eyes look like that of a cat. Tongpu, in fear, fires a bullet that pierces Spike's shoulder, but Spike is able to throw his dagger at Tongpu, hitting his leg and causing him to fall down on the ground, crying. A parade of robots pass over him, and the largest robot steps on Tongpu and kills him. Jet contacts Spike about the information on Tongpu, but Spike says the information is no longer needed and walks away, saying that he hates amusement parks. And that brings us to the end of Act 3 of Cowboy Bebop. If you want to see more of the Bebop crew's adventures, remember to like this video, subscribe to Panorama Anime, and leave a comment for Act 4.